Hey guys, Chef Justin back here again on part 2 of this updated vlog video of what happened to me. Sorry I had to cut it out at that point. It's just because YouTube only allows me to upload videos to 15 minutes within 15 minutes only, so that had to make me stop there. So yeah, this is part 2. So where I'm at now is I lost my grandma. Like I mentioned to you guys, I lost my grandma 2 days right after I got married, and like I said, it just hit home real hard. Made my life turn around. I kind of like looked at life at a different light and all that, different perspectives of things. Literally being a chef, if you guys don't know, I mean, being a chef is it's a hard career. It's definitely a cutthroat career, you know, I gotta say, because literally, like, when I got back to work after our honeymoon, my chef made me work. He didn't care about what happened to my family and all this stuff. Like, I was still like mourning and what happened to my grandma. Like, it was a rough time, and coming straight back to work didn't make it better after my grandma passed, you know. So which was a fucking shit situation. Sorry for dropping the S-bomb there, but yeah. But yeah, I got past it. I got through it. I got stronger, all that stuff. So after that, fast forward like a few months later, around August, I want to say August, September, I was unfortunately let go from my job. Well, I was actually fired, as you want to call it, fired, is because the chef I was working for at that restaurant, he was a sous chef, then he got promoted executive chef, and then I got promoted from like junior sous chef to sous chef. So during that time, that new executive chef, he didn't like me personally wise, and he would do anything in his power to fire me. And what happened was he brought in one of his stupid friends that was going to replace me, you know, kind of like put it under radar, waited until I slipped up. One time I didn't technically slip up because it wasn't my fault in the restaurant. It was actually somebody else, but then they put the blame on me, which is a fucked up situation, don't you think, right? So with that blame situation, they had to let me go because there was a few people that didn't like me, so they went against me to say that it was my fault, and it was all because of this executive chef and his friends. Guess who was the one that pointed their fingers? This guy's friends. So this guy's friends were the ones that got me fired. But there were so many people at that restaurant that I worked at that knew who I was, knew who I am, and I worked hard for where I had to be at and all that stuff, and they thought I was a really good chef. But some of those guys didn't think so, right? Anyways, so I was unemployed for about 6 months, and it was a rough time too. That put me into like a super dark place too, you guys. You know, losing grandma, a few months later losing a job, my very first time ever losing a job. Like, I never had that happen to me before. And then after that, me and my wife, we had some money actually, so we went to New York. Surprisingly, so we went to New York. It was fun. Got out of my way, but it wasn't enjoyable enough for me because I couldn't even buy things that I wanted to and enjoy much of the time there because I lost my job, and I wanted to buy so much geek stuff and, you know, all that things. But it's all right. But it was a good experience. Like, you see New York, and I instantly fell in love with New York. I think I would love to like possibly live there if I made enough money in my lifetime. But if I don't, then I would rather just visit. No. And then after that, I got a job. I found a job, but it wasn't a chef job. It was a cooking job. So with this cooking job, I was just like a prep cook / like receiver person, and I really didn't enjoy that in my life. And that time, it like had helped just pay the bills, which was a good thing. But I was just so hungry for that position and that title of being a chef again. So that's why I was so hungry for it. But it put me in a dark place also by me just being as a cook, and which was one thing that I didn't enjoy my time as being a cook. So after that time, a couple months later, me and the wife, we were kind of ended up talking about having an IVF, not an IVF, but a tubal reversal, so we could have a baby and all that stuff, which was a hard thing, to put mentally on my wife. And my wife, like, she was kind of like mixed emotions about it all and all this stuff. And then we ended up going to Mexico for a trip that we were planning on. So with that trip, we ended up going to Mexico. I enjoyed it. It was fun. And then next thing you know, another curveball in my lifetime. One of my wife's friends, or say like ex-boyfriends, came to Las Vegas. My wife asked me all these questions before he came anyways, to see if it's okay for him to come and stay with us and blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to be a very nice person and helpful person. I don't want to try to live life in anger and like dark and all this stuff. So I was trying to be really nice. And then after having this guy stay with us for a while, this guy was just poisonous to the entire family, to my wife, to my kids. A lot of backstabbing behind me that happened, that he said to my wife, and he put her in a state where she didn't trust me, and it was such a hard time. And this was like us just recently after we got married and doing all these travels and just kind of like going a little bit forward in our life and stuff like that. And this dude comes along, I'm just trying to be nice and all this shit, and he decides to backstab me and puts the whole family in a dark place, which wasn't fucking cool. So I'm fortunate enough where a situation happened to him that deserved to him. I got to say, I'm very happy it deserved to him, because it's a karma thing, you can kind of say. And he left the house, and he had to go back to Mexico or wherever he lived, or some place. I'm not gonna say the S words or try to say curse words here, but yeah. So he went back, and we haven't heard from him for like 3 years. You want to say 2-3 years, I think it was. Yeah. So anyways, fast forward like, I want to say about a year and a half from now. So we're up to 2016 now. So all this stuff happened during 2014, 2015, and then we're up 2016. The beginning of the year 2016, this was actually a breaking moment in life for me. 2016, I remember January 1st or January 2nd, 2016. I went in for a job. I went in for a job interview. This was after working for Eiffel Tower as a prep cook, line cook, like I was saying, and with this guy trying to ruin my life. So So yeah, like 2016, I went for a job interview. I quit my job there at the Eiffel Tower. I went to Orlando. I went to Orlando for a little bit, and stuff like that. So 2016 comes around. I went in for this job interview for a sous chef position, actually. And I actually got the position. I did a tasting. I did the interview. I checked out the restaurant. It was cool. It was vibing. It was in the downtown area where I felt like it's the new up and coming area for Las Vegas, and it was in the downtown. So I got the position there at that restaurant in 2016, the beginning of the year of January. Fortunately enough, I didn't end up being a sous chef there. I ended up getting a better position. It's called CDC. It's called the Chef de Cuisine position. So that's like a little bit under the executive chef position, which I'm super happy that I got that position for. But yeah, after that, you guys, so I started working there. Life started turning around and all that stuff. So after this, you guys, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, notification, be part of the Chef Justin family here. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Chefjustin23. I do YouTube for Pokemon, Magic Gathering, anything nostalgic, comic books, movies, and movie reviews. So this is where I have to cut it, you guys. So definitely like part 3 to continue on with my life, and we're almost through the whole caught up of this lifetime. Until next time, I'll see you guys.